Hello, I hope everyone is doing well. This is AP Chama. Welcome to AP Chama's Poetry Corner, number 6 for September 15, 2025. A friend of mine brought to my attention a few videos ago, was talking about the year 2025 and about a song by Zager and Evans. And I misspoke of saying the name of the song was in the year 2025. No, that's not correct. It was in the year 2525. So I just want to make that correction. And perhaps maybe sometime in the future, and 500 years from now, when it's 2025, we can open a time capsule and maybe there'll be a vinyl record in there of the song by Zager and Evans. So that's all I want to say about that. So today, this evening, this morning, wherever you are right now, today is going to be a tribute to the legend and an idol of mine for many, many years, Leonard Cohen. I wrote a poem about Leonard some time ago, and he's just been a huge influence on my life. The first time I heard Leonard Cohen was on what was called, in those days, in the early 70s, was the beginnings of FM radio. It was called underground FM radio. No, it wasn't your top 40 like AM radio. And it was commercial free. And they played a lot of album sides, full album sides without any breaks. And I was sitting around, listening to FM radio, and all of a sudden I heard this song by Leonard Cohen. It was called Avalanche, and it's off the record, his recording, Songs of Love and Hate, in 1971. And so I was just really amazed at the lyrics and the depths, and the way he held on to every single word, and you could just feel the influence and the impact and the provocativeness of the communication and stuff. So I was very much enthralled by him. At that time, I was listening to a lot of rock and roll, and this really turned me on to some really great folk music, And I was also listening, of course, Peter, Paul, and Mary, and a bunch of others. And I was involved in listening to the Grateful Dead and Led Zeppelin, all the rock and roll stuff. So anyway, Leonard's been a big influence on my life, and he. In his early days, he was living on the island of Hydra for 7 years with his girlfriend Marianne. In fact, she is the one that was the inspiration for the song "Bird on the Wire." And she was looking out the window one day, and she saw a bird on a wire, and she asked Leonard if he would write a song about that, and he did. And actually, if you look on the album art for Songs from a Room, there's a picture of in the background, and some chairs and an office and stuff, and there's Marianne sitting in the distance. So outside of that, Leonard Cohen became friends with Judy Collins. In fact, he wrote the song Suzanne, and she recorded it and made it a huge hit. And she encouraged him to get more involved in performances and stuff, because he was a very, very shy individual. And he did a benefit concert, and he literally walked off stage right in the middle of singing to Suzanne. And Judy Collins was backstage, and she forced him to come back on, and she actually ended up singing the song with him. Yeah, that was quite a thing. Anyway, let's see. Tonight is a tribute to Leonard Cohen. Everyone, a lot of people know him by Hallelujah, which was recorded in '85, but it didn't really get a lot of airplay until other people started giving covers for it. In fact, because of collaborating and listening to Leonard Cohen and his works, Judy Collins was inspired to start writing her own stuff, because a lot of her stuff was actually covers of other artists. So then she began writing her own stuff, and they became long life friends. But anyway, long story short, I'm going to read you my poem that I wrote for Leonard. It's called "Man of Song." And by the way, this is another poem that's going to be in my new book. Okay, here goes. There you stood in the doorway by the snowy drifts that outline your freshly pressed suit and hat, with perfect sense and sound, amused by your wisdom, by the hallelujahs that you sang, in a famous blue raincoat with one button missing, you resting in silver and gray shoes. Suzanne waits for you. Oh, sing us another one for the bird on the wire. Miles by the train and the ones you knew, as they gave a flower to you. Grazing the stains and sorrows on your shirt, and the loves and givings and the heart and the hurt, down the eyes of fellows and ladies, words of a poet on a winter's day flirt. Ride to the wings and take to the south on carriages of steel, the grand turnabout. Softly and easily spinning the great wheel, emotion comes floating for wise the boy. Everything real, nothing too old, nothing to sell. The ship, so says the captain, it seeks harbor, all else is gladly so humble, honest, well, and true, as diamonds in the mine. Just like the Wild West, we're riding on horses with the man of song. The foot here in the foreground, the other ones by sleeping wind to sing along. Keys for the tailor, basement blues to teach the young and old. Gracefully my cup tip for the man of song. That's the man of song. And thank you for listening. I hope everything is well for you, and I will see you next time. Have a good day. Have a good night.